The morning sky over Washington, D.C. looked unusually heavy, as if a storm was waiting for the right moment to fall apart. Ethan Crowell pushed open the door of the Library of Congress, unaware that his life was about to be ripped away from the safe world of dusty books and predictable silence. Ethan wasn't famous, wasn't rich, wasn't the kind of historian people talked about, but he had one thing that separated him from most scholars. He believed history wasn't finished. He believed history still hid pieces of the truth, tucked away in forgotten corners, waiting to be found. He walked into the manuscript reading room with his usual routine, a quiet nod to the security guard, a slow sip of his coffee, and a glance toward his assigned desk. But today, something was wrong. Something was on his desk, something that wasn't supposed to be there. A thick, cream-colored envelope lay at the center of his desk, positioned too neatly to be an accident. No tracking sticker, no return address, no modern postal markings at all. Only 5 words written in elegant, colonial-style handwriting, "For the historian who believes." Ethan froze. Nobody wrote like that anymore. The ink strokes curved with the kind of confidence that belonged to someone from another century. He picked up the envelope carefully, feeling the texture. It wasn't paper. It was parchment. His heart thudded. Real parchment before 1800 was rare, almost sacred. Whoever sent this knew exactly what they were doing. And then Ethan saw the wax seal, deep crimson, pressed with the image of an unfinished pyramid missing its top stone. The same symbol on the back of the US dollar. The same symbol tied to America's oldest conspiracies. The same symbol linked to groups historians whispered about but never proved. With trembling fingers, Ethan broke the seal. Inside was a single sheet of old parchment, its edges slightly burned, its ink faded to dark brown. He lifted it closer to the light and his breath caught. The signature at the bottom of the letter read, "G. Washington." His mind rebelled. His eyes refused to believe. George Washington? The George Washington? Impossible. No unknown letters of Washington had been discovered in over a century. He forced himself to read the letter again, this time slowly. "If this reaches you, then the chain is already breaking. What we hid beneath the first flag must remain buried. The future of the Republic depends on it." Ethan's hands shook. Beneath the first flag, what did that even mean? Historians fought for decades about which flag came first. There were theories, myths, arguments, yet none mentioned something hidden beneath it. He held the parchment closer and noticed faintly scratched letters near the bottom corner. So faint, he almost missed them. 3 words carved lightly into the surface. 7 Watch 1. His chest tightened. Who were the 7? And who was the 1? The letter felt less like a historical artifact and more like a warning he wasn't qualified to understand. For the next several hours, Ethan ran every test he could think of: ink aging, parchment fiber, pressure lines. Every test pointed toward one horrifying conclusion. The letter was real, authenticated, undeniable. By the time he left the library, night had swallowed the city. Rain tapped against his hood as he walked home, the letter hidden inside his jacket. Every sound on the street felt louder. Every shadow felt deeper. At 2:17 a.m., while Ethan was reviewing his notes for the 20th time, someone knocked on his apartment door. Not lightly, not politely. 3 slow, heavy knocks that seemed to shake the entire hallway. "Mr. Crowell, we need the document," a deep voice said from the other side. Ethan froze. Nobody was supposed to know about the letter. Nobody. "Open the door, now." The voice was calm, too calm, like the speaker had done this many times before. Ethan didn't move, didn't answer, didn't breathe. The door handle twisted slowly. Ethan stepped backwards, clutching the letter inside his jacket. The handle rattled once, stopped, and then silence. He pressed his eye to the peephole. No one was there. The hallway was completely empty. Ethan turned. A whisper behind him made his entire body go cold. "You should not have opened the letter." He spun around, heart pounding. Nobody was in the room. The whisper seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere. His phone buzzed violently. Unknown number. A single message. "Philadelphia, Independence Square. Midnight tomorrow. Bring the letter. Do not trust anyone in Washington." The heater shut off. The lights flickered. The room felt suddenly colder. Ethan realized something terrifying. He wasn't reading history anymore. He was inside it.
The next day felt heavier than usual. Ethan tried working, tried reading, tried distracting himself, but every minute felt like someone was watching him from just beyond sight. Every reflection in a window made him flinch. The letter inside his jacket pocket felt like it was burning through the fabric. By late afternoon, Ethan made up his mind. He would go to Philadelphia. He didn't trust the message, but he trusted the alternative even less. Staying in DC felt like standing inside a trap waiting to be sprung. He packed lightly, just a change of clothes, his laptop, and the letter inside a reinforced document case. Everything else felt unnecessary. Dangerous, even. He didn't even tell his colleagues he was leaving. The train to Philadelphia was almost empty. Ethan sat in the last car, close to the window, watching the darkness race past the glass. His knee bounced nonstop. Every time the train slowed, his heart hammered like the voice from last night would appear again. Halfway into the journey, Ethan noticed something unsettling. A man in a black coat sat 4 rows ahead, motionless, shoulders stiff, facing forward. Nothing unusual at first, until Ethan saw the reflection in the window. The man wasn't looking forward. He was watching Ethan through the reflection, unblinking. Ethan's throat tightened. He looked down immediately, pretending not to notice. His pulse thudded painfully inside his ears. He couldn't run, not on a moving train. He needed a plan. When the train slowed near Wilmington for a brief signal stop, Ethan grabbed his bag, slipped out of his seat, and walked toward the next car with forced calmness. He didn't look back. He passed through 2 cars before stopping. He checked the window reflection. The man in the black coat was no longer in his seat. He was gone. Ethan gripped his seat tightly. He didn't know whether the man had left or was following him between cars. Every sound of metal groaning made him flinch. Finally, the train reached Philadelphia. Ethan stepped onto the platform, pulling his hood down low. The air was colder than DC, sharper, carrying a quiet that felt out of place for such a huge city. He moved fast through 30th Street Station, blending with the late-night travelers. He didn't stop walking until he reached the street. The lights were dim, the roads were wet. Philadelphia at night felt like it was holding its breath. Independence Square was nearly empty at midnight. Only a few lamps cast pale circles of light across the historic brick paths. Independence Hall towered in the darkness like an old sentinel guarding a secret. Ethan stood near the statue of George Washington, gripping the letter case tight. The message had said midnight. It was midnight, but no one was here. Wind brushed past him, carrying the soft rustle of leaves. Ethan checked his phone. No signal, no messages, nothing. His stomach twisted. Had he been tricked into coming? Then, out of the thick fog, a lone figure emerged. Slow steps, steady posture. A silhouette Ethan recognized immediately. The tall frame, the gray hair, the confident stride. "Dr. Marsh!" Ethan breathed, relief flooding through him as the woman approached. She looked older than he remembered, her eyes sharper, like she had seen too many secrets and carried too many of them. "You came alone," she said quietly, glancing behind him. "Good. That means you're still alive. For now." "What's going on?" Ethan whispered. "Why would Washington write a letter like this? What does it mean?" Dr. Marsh sighed, a deep, weary sigh. Because, Ethan, the revolution wasn't just a war. It was a cover. There were things Washington discovered in this city long before the Declaration was ever signed. Ethan swallowed. What things? She stepped closer, her voice dropping to almost a whisper. Before America was founded, a group existed, 7 people, the 7. They weren't politicians, they were guardians. Guardians of what? Ethan asked. Dr. Marsh met his eyes, and for the first time, Ethan saw fear in hers, real fear. Guardians of something hidden beneath the first flag, something not meant to be found. Ethan's heartbeat quickened. What is beneath the first flag? Dr. Marsh opened her mouth to answer, but a soft thump echoed through the square. Dr. Marsh's eyes widened. She touched her chest and stumbled. Ethan reached out instinctively as she collapsed into his arms. Blood spread across her coat. A silent gunshot. A sniper, hidden somewhere in the dark. Ethan, she whispered, her voice trembling. Listen, you must run. They know you have the letter. Who? Ethan cried, choking on panic. Who did this? Her breathing shuddered. The custodians, she cracked. They want the chamber opened. You must not let them. The 7 never wanted. Her last breath left her lips. Her eyes stared into nothing. Ethan froze in place, heart collapsing inside his chest. 2 dark figures appeared at the far end of the square, moving fast, too fast. Ethan ran. He didn't think, he didn't look back. He ran like every shadow was an enemy and every second was borrowed. Footsteps thundered behind him. He turned into a side street, slipping on the wet pavement, gripping the letter case like his life depended on it, because it did. A hand grabbed his shoulder. Ethan gasped, twisting away. A man in a hooded jacket stepped in front of him, pulling him into a dark alleyway. Quiet, he whispered. I'm here to help. Who are you? Ethan demanded, chest heaving, voice shaking. The man slowly lowered his hood. A familiar face. Too familiar. You don't know me, the man said softly, but your brother does. Ethan felt all the air leave his lungs. I don't have a brother. The man stared at him with calm certainty. Yes, he said, you do. Ethan staggered backward, gripping the letter case tighter than ever. His mind raced, trying to process the impossible. A brother he had never known existed, appearing now at the most dangerous moment of his life. The man, tall, lean, with sharp eyes, stood silently, watching Ethan's every twitch. He said, I know it's hard to believe, but we don't have time for disbelief. They are coming, and if they catch you, the letter and what it leads to will be lost forever. Who are you? And what do you mean, the letter leads to something? Ethan demanded. Rainwater ran down his hair and into his eyes, but he barely noticed. Gabriel glanced over his shoulder at the empty alleyway. Listening, he said, everyone you trusted was a part of a long, ancient chain linked to each other and to a secret. And the letter you carry is the map to that secret. So, the 7, who Dr. Marsh mentioned, were the guardians of this secret. It was their duty to protect it at all costs. And now, you are someone they need to unlock. Gabriel nodded gravely, confirming Ethan's terrified conclusion. The custodians are far more dangerous than any historian could imagine. They have been hunting this secret for centuries. And now, you are a target because of the letter you carry. Ethan's legs felt weak. But why me? I'm just a historian. I study old papers. I can't. Gabriel stepped closer, placing a firm hand on Ethan's shoulder. He said, it's not about what you are,
It's about what you know. And right now, you know enough to start the chain that Washington warned about in his letter.
Ethan swallowed, fear gnawing at him. Chain? What chain? Gabriel's eyes narrowed. The chain of guardianship. The 7 passed their secret down through generations. They left clues, hidden artifacts, documents, maps, all connected to what lies beneath the first flag. And now, someone else wants it. All of it. Ethan's mind reeled. Beneath the first flag? What could possibly be down there? Gold? Weapons? A hidden city? Gabriel shook his head. Nothing you could imagine. It is knowledge, power, something so explosive that if the wrong people discover it, the United States itself could be changed forever. Ethan felt a chill run down his spine. And you? You're my brother? Gabriel's face softened for a brief moment. Yes, but not in the way you think. We were separated at birth, and I've been watching, preparing. You were never supposed to be dragged into this, but Dr. Marsh made a mistake. Ethan struggled to process it. Preparing? For what? And why now? Because, he whispered, the custodians are closing in. They killed Marsh because she got too close. They will not hesitate to eliminate anyone who holds the letter, including you. A shadow moved at the edge of the alley. Both men froze. Heavy footsteps approached, muffled by the rain. Gabriel hissed. Move. Follow me. He pulled Ethan into a narrow passage between buildings, leading toward the cobblestone streets of Old Philadelphia. They ran silently, the distant lights of Independence Hall fading behind them. The city felt like a maze designed to hide secrets. Every corner might hold an enemy. Every shadow might be watching. Gabriel finally stopped near a hidden doorway, a metal plate edged with a strange symbol partially obscured by graffiti. Inside, he said. We can talk safely now, but we have very little time. Ethan entered the small room, damp with the smell of old wood and dust. Maps, papers, and ancient-looking instruments littered the tables. Candles flickered, throwing shadows across the walls. This is, Ethan began, voice trembling. Some kind of hideout? Gabriel nodded. The 7 always had safe places, and so do I. Here I can explain everything without being interrupted. Ethan exhaled shakily. Then, tell me, everything. Gabriel took a deep breath. It starts with the first flag, the chamber beneath Independence Hall, and the 7 who were tasked with guarding something so critical that George Washington himself wrote a letter warning the future, and you hold the key. Ethan had barely had time to catch his breath before Gabriel handed him a small folded map. The paper was old, almost brittle, marked with symbols Ethan didn't recognize, and a faint outline of streets and buildings he knew well. This, Gabriel said, is the path to the chamber beneath Independence Hall. Every step you take is dangerous. The custodians know the city, the streets, even the underground tunnels. One wrong move, and they'll find you. And the letter. Ethan stared at the map, confusion and fear swirling inside him. Beneath the Independence Hall? How is that even possible? There's nothing there, just history and tourists. Gabriel's eyes hardened. That's what they want you to think. The chamber is hidden under layers of the old city, sealed off decades ago. Only a few clues survived, and the letter is the final key. Ethan's pulse quickened. Final key? What happens if I use it? Gabriel shook his head. You don't use it, you follow it. It will show you the next step, but only if you are clever and cautious. The custodians won't hesitate. They've eliminated anyone who got too close. A low creaking sound echoed from the doorway. Both men froze. Rainwater dripped through a crack in the roof, but the sound wasn't just the rain. Someone, or something, was outside, waiting. Gabriel gestured toward a hidden staircase behind a stack of crates. Through here, quickly. They could be inside this block already. Ethan followed, heart pounding, every instinct screaming that danger was near.
The staircase spiraled down into darkness, the smell of damp stone filling his nostrils. Every step felt heavier than the last, as if the city itself was warning him. When they reached the bottom, a narrow tunnel stretched ahead. Torches flickered along the walls, revealing ancient markings, symbols Ethan didn't understand, but felt ominously familiar, the same ones from the letter's seal. "This is just the beginning," Gabriel whispered. "The deeper we go, the closer the secrets Washington hid come to being revealed, and the custodians are already on our trail." Ethan's stomach churned. Why me? Why did it have to be me? Gabriel's face softened slightly. "Because, despite everything, you were chosen. The letter found you because you are capable of seeing the truth and surviving it. Others would have failed." The tunnel twisted sharply, and at the end they reached a stone door covered in dust and scratches. The symbols carved into it matched the pyramid on the letter's seal. Gabriel knelt, brushing the dirt away. This is it, the entrance to the chamber. Only those who know the code, the Seven's descendants or the letter's holder, can open it. Ethan placed the letter against the door. The parchment seemed to hum in his hands. Symbols on the stone glowed faintly, then shifted as though alive. The door groaned and slowly began to open, revealing a dark passage descending even further underground. A musty, ancient air escaped, carrying with it the scent of centuries. Gabriel turned to Ethan. "Beyond this point, there's no turning back. Are you ready?" Ethan swallowed, heart racing. "I have to be. There's no other choice." As they entered the darkness, faint whispers seemed to rise from the walls, almost like voices speaking a forgotten language. Every sense was alert, every shadow potentially deadly. The chamber beneath Independence Hall awaited, and within it, secrets that could change the history of the United States.